Good evening, everybody. It's 9:30 on the East Coast, 6:30 on the West Coast on a Monday. That must mean it's time for your weekly Calamity Jane live stream. James, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing just dandy, just kind of going through the motions. It's a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so far so good. Monday's almost done, I guess. So
Excellent,
here we are hanging
excellent.
out. Yeah, how are you doing on your side?
I'm doing okay. A little under the weather. Hopefully it'll pass in a few days, but
Yeah,
hanging in there otherwise. Keeping on, keeping on. You know what they say.
cool. Well, I mean, I'll roll into what we're working on tonight, and we'll kind of discuss stuff as we
Okay.
normally
Sounds
do.
good. There's always
Um,
plenty to talk about.
all right, so I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
And tonight we're going to be working on Dr. Exposition mouth packs. That's kind of where I'd be going today.
Okay.
It's been a year since I've actually worked on her
Mm-hmm.
for her general design, but to actually make the mouth packs is going to be the next phase for her. So there's a scene in Act Two where she rolls up on her machine,
Mm-hmm. Her
and
machine, yes.
yeah, what do we call this thing? Is that a Segway? What is that thing?
I mean, it's technically a segue, but I don't think we'd call it that in the finished product.
Okay. Yeah, but it's funny. I mean, just to go down memory lane a little bit, I thought that'd be
Hmm.
kind of fun to see this though too. Years ago when we started working on this, we were talking about different ideas. Like that's some sketches of kind of the iterations he's gone through. We kind of came to the conclusion with this one.
Hmm.
But even here's
Hmm.
some other ones here. I'll throw these
Oh
out here
yeah.
too.
Oh wow. We went through a
Yeah, we
lot
went
of
all over the
iterations.
place. Yeah,
God,
we
the
did
fish
all
in the
kinds
bowl.
of
I had
stuff.
forgotten about that one.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny to kind of see these in the library of
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. The fishbowl one, I kind of still want to do something with this. I don't know what, but gray
Yeah.
alien, that's kind of like okay. Of course you gotta put a gray alien
Yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah.
some
Yeah. Yeah.
some way. Anyway, but yeah, our design is this version where she's just here, ready to go as far as art's concerned. So yeah, I'll be working on the mouth pack for her tonight to kind of have her do some lip flaps for her dialogue in
Great.
this scene. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing tonight.
All right.
I know you don't want to do spoilers, but just rolling into it, uh, you went and saw Spider-Man yesterday, right?
I
So
did. I did. And to basically the shock of everybody who I know, I liked it. I
yeah, that's crazy
I
that you liked it.
genuinely enjoyed it. Um, which means that you're gonna hate it, unfortunately, but
You think so? You think so?
I don't think so. I mean, I didn't see anything that immediately jumped out at me as like I thought it was a little too long.
Hmm.
Um, and there were parts that kind of dragged a little bit, but
Hmm.
and of course it was soft launching the next phase of Marvel's continuity, so there is that baggage that comes with it.
Uh-huh.
Um but if you can like look, if you can like if that doesn't bother you, the movie otherwise is was really entertaining. I thought the story was consistent. I mean, it wasn't surprising or anything. It did what it needed to do. I thought all the main characters who were in it needed to be there for the purpose of the story. They didn't feel tacked on or like so many of the modern Marvel movies you can cut entire characters out of the movie
Sure.
and the story would remain fundamentally unchanged, right? Like for me the
Hmm.
most I think egregious example was and this is kind of where it all started was in Ant-Man when Scott Summers unnecessarily goes to Avengers HQ and has that nonsense fight with Sam Wilson, who is still the Falcon at that point.
Wait, not Scott Summers. That's Cyclops, I think, right? You're talking about
Oh, it's not
Ant-Man.
Scott Summers. Did I say Scott Summers? I'm sorry. I meant Scott Lang, right?
Scott, yeah, 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 that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, wait a
sorry.
second, Cyclops? Was
Yeah, yeah.
Cyclops
Oh
in
no,
that
no,
movie?
no, no. Scott Lang. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like the most egregious like, well, this is ridiculous.
Hmm.
Um but like, and you could have cut that whole scene out of the movie and it wouldn't have changed anything. It might have actually made the movie better, frankly. But
Uh-huh.
um But no, I mean, like, if you cut any of the characters that are in this movie out of it, you'd have to rewrite the movie to make it work the same way.
Huh.
Um, people were genuinely worried that there were going to be so many enemies in the movie it was just going to be a clown show. That's not the case. It really isn't. They're all cameos for the most part.
Hmm.
The villain is very focused and is the central conceit of the plot, so it's not, there's not a lot of
That's
like
cool.
fluff or bloat, right?
Hmm.
um so yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I it's hard for me to go into any more specifics than that without
Yeah.
it is, I will say, it is interesting, whether intentionally or not. There are so many parallels between uh this new flick and the Spider-Man games. I'm actually,
Hmm.
like, I'm playing through Miles Morales right now and enjoying it. I think it has the same problems that so many open world games have, is you've got this big giant world, what do you fill it with, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
um but I am enjoying it. But like in the movie, it's got the Spidey sighting tracker, which is very similar to the
Hmm.
crime alert tracker from Miles Morales. A lot of the poses that he strikes while he's battling and swinging around look like they were taken directly from the game.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then the plot of the movie is, again, not super complicated. um but it is nearly identical to the plot of Miles Morales.
Hmm.
Um uh like some of the, like, the MacGuffin of the evil organization is slightly different, but the beats of the story are pretty similar. Um so yeah, had a good time with it. I mean, like, is it art? Is it something that's going to be remembered once the cultural zeitgeist moves beyond superhero movies? I don't know. Um,
So
but
you're
it
saying
was
it's not like
definitely a fun time.
so it wasn't a landmark superhero like groundbreaking kind of movie,
No,
right?
it was just a solid, entertaining popcorn flick, right?
Mhm,
It I think it understood what it was trying to do, and it accomplished it extremely well.
mhm.
Yeah, it's the best Marvel movie I've seen. I mean, I really can't remember when. I think the last Marvel movie I truly really enjoyed was Civil War.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of liked Infinity War. And
Wait, do
then
you
that was it.
I think you're the one that introduced me to Civil War, the comic book, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were reading it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think you introduced it to me. So when you watch the movie Civil War, it's not really, it's a pretty big
No, it
departure
has
from the comic book,
almost
right?
nothing to do with the comic book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just using it in title only.
Yeah, there's
Um,
like one or two beats that they lifted from,
yeah, yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
pretty much the only thing I recall is Captain America versus Iron Man is the only thing that seemed like it was a through line that
yeah,
you kind of compare.
yeah, exactly. The I guess with Brand New Day, like, I think another nitpick, like, these are all nitpicks because they don't really occur to you in the movie. It's just like when you're thinking about it afterwards. They, if like there's like multiple plots going on simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
And one of the plots, it's not, I don't know, this is really a spoiler. They deal with it in the trailers, but Spider-Man's continued evolution, right?
Yeah,
They
uh-huh.
they draw that from a, pretty famous arc in the Spider-Man canon. And they didn't really go anywhere with it. In my
Hmm.
opinion, I think it's not that they didn't go anywhere with it. It does pay off ultimately, but I feel like that they could have spent a lot more time on it than they did.
Hmm.
Um, but that would have, like, that would have made it like a 4 hour long movie, and they just needed to pick a lane. So they used it more as a plot device than an
Hmm.
actual storyline. So you can kind of nitpick that a little bit, but for the most part, though. um
So, yeah, on my side, so again, like I enjoy the Spider-Man movie, so I'm really
mhm.
surprised that you were into this one compared to how much you just like the previous one with Tom McGuire and Andrew Garfield. So I was expecting pretty much a carbon copy review from your previous outing
Yeah.
with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So here's my thing. So
Yeah.
I'll probably like it. I do. I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've liked the Spider movies for the most part. I don't like the Garfield ones that much. I don't really get those. I'm not into those as much. But I thought, I think Tobey Maguire's great. Tom Holland's great. Andrew Garfield is as a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In my
Weird
opinion, my
casting.
opinion,
Yeah. I thought it was weird casting
yeah,
personally,
he
but
was too he's too hunky. And I think
mm,
Holland and Maguire are perfect as nerdy Peter Parker. At least how I always envision him reading
mm-hmm.
comic books. With all that said, though, my there is one through line that I was kind of dreading, and this is the MCU version of MCU's treatment of the Hulk. I can't stand it. I just because I'm a huge Hulk fan,
Right.
far
Right.
and the way the MCU handles the Hulk completely no, nerfing him to such a degree that he's just a shadow of what he really is in real canon, which is the comic books, with how he is. And so seeing him as a cameo appearance, like based on the trailers and the commercial, I was like, it made me less excited to see the Spider
Right.
movie. So I get to see yet another version of a wimpy, small version Hulk that's useless, and just a side and a couple of joke lines for Thor to use or for
Yeah.
now for Spider-Man to use. And that's my only thing. And so as a Hulk fan, I'm already going into it with kind of like I wasn't as like even for this movie like I think Mitha was like she was excited to go see it more than I was in a sense like
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to wait a little bit because I know what they're gonna do to Hulk, which is nerf him. And I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm being super nerdy about this and super cultish about the Hulk, but that is the one area where I will reserve some judgment, and I just don't
Mm-hmm.
like. I pretty much, and I hate to use the word hate, but I hate the MCU versions of the Hulk. I don't like
Mm.
my. I thought Edward Norton was a perfect casting for Bruce Banner back in the day when Universal, whoever had the rights to make a movie of the Hulk. I don't think the writing was that good for this the movie, but he was perfectly cast as Bruce Banner. I thought he was a perfect Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo's a great actor. I like him in anything else but Hulk, pretty much at this point. He did this great show on HBO where he plays a kind of an older, semi-retiring on his way out the door FBI agent. Great TV show. I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember off the top of my head. Anything else he does, he's a phenomenal actor. It's just a bummer he gets cast as Hulk in the MCU version of Hulk. That's my long-winded rant as to my only reservation about this movie going into it, seeing it
Right.
tomorrow night.
Well, I will say that he's only in two scenes in the entire movie.
Okay.
So he's not a huge presence.
Hmm.
Um, but he is extremely well, I won't say anything more. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. But rest
Yeah.
assured, it's the role that Banner plays in this movie isn't a cameo in that it's really critical to the plot.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's not. It's really valuable to the plot. I guess they could have used a different device to accomplish what they were trying to accomplish, but I thought
Hmm.
that the Hulk made some organic sense.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, but rest assured that like in a 2 hour plus and change long movie, uh Bruce Banner's in it for one scene and the Hulk is only in the movie for a single sequence. So
Yeah.
so it's not a the cornerstone of the movie. I thought it was effective. I thought it was really cool how they used him, so I'm curious to see what your take is.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I am looking forward to seeing the Green Giant once again on the big screen, but I know I'm just preparing for disappointment more than
Mhm.
anything. Um, I'm not surprised that they're only using him for a few scenes. It didn't seem like he was the main,
No.
you know,
Not at all. No.
guy's name in the highlights. He's just kind of there.
Mhm.
Um, it does. I mean, it's almost, and again, it's always this whole there's the wishful thinking and nostalgia because it's a classic comic book where Spider-Man will fight the Hulk, and lasts the entire
Mhm.
issue, that type of
Mhm.
thing. I wasn't expecting it for this because again, Hollywood's version of the Hulk is not gonna, it just won't get the billing that it deserves. So that's expected. Like what you just told me, 2 scenes. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was expecting. It's like they're
Yeah.
not going to use him much, and you may see a snippet of what he really could be, and until they get better, and I think even on public record, I think the Russo brothers, who were heavily handed in getting the Hulk to be in the Avengers, they didn't even care
Mhm.
about the Hulk. So I already have a strike against the Russo brothers, for example, for that. Because
Mhm.
again, being nerdy about this, like God, you guys don't get it, like how cool he is. So I know that the Hulk will not get top billing like I would like to see him as a fan. But as far as Spider-Man's concerned, I'm looking forward to it. I like his rogues gallery of villains. I'm not Batman tier,
No.
but Scorpion's fun, Sandman's fun. So I know Scorpion's in this one,
Yeah.
and they're even doing a throwback to the first one with Holland, where that same actor that played Scorpion, he was in the first one as one of the thugs. I don't know if you remember that or not,
No,
but
I had no memory of that, no.
yeah, yeah, he's in it. And I because the only reason why I know this is because I just happen to want to nerd out and watch the first one again, just to kind of reacquaint myself in the Tom
Mhm.
Holland version of the Spider Universe. And so yes, he's in it, and that's really cool.
Mm.
He even has a scorpion tattoo. So
He still has
they give
that in
all the stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he still has
yeah,
that in this one.
yeah. So it's pretty cool. They actually thought about this ahead. They had some plan for that actor. That actor's a great actor, by the way. I can't remember his name,
Mm.
but he was in what was it called? Better Call Saul. I think he was a main actor, like one of the baddies in that
Okay,
show. Yeah,
okay.
terrific. He does great work. Anyways, looking forward to seeing Scorpion. Their iteration of Scorpion. It's cool to see him get his name up in lights as a villain for Spidey. That's cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, you've confirmed my reservations with the
Okay,
Hulk though
right. Well, now
already. But that's okay.
you can go in expecting that, and then yeah, and
Yeah,
then you don't have to worry
yeah.
about it, yeah.
Um, so it's interesting. You're playing it. You're playing Miles Morales, uh, and it is kind of funny how even some of the sound effects and stuff like that in the Miles Morales game, I swear they borrowed some sound effects from
There's a lot
the
of
Spider Verse.
crossbreed. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's kind of cool they have synergy between film and games in a way, but also then you kind of wonder like, well, if they just kind of go with their vision, then isn't that better? I don't know. I have mixed thoughts about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think overall, I think it is a win. Like the fact that you can kind of enjoy the game and see stuff that's sort of parallel to it is kind of cool.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. But this is the ideal movie for you to see while you're playing a Miles
Yeah,
Morales game, except for the sequel to the Miles Morales, the
sure.
third one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which I'll get around to. I mean, I in the in the in Miles Morales, I think I'm coming towards the end at this point. Finn and Miles know who each other are, um and the Phantom, or not the Phantom, the Prowler uh has been exposed, and
Hmm.
the final conflict has been set up. So I feel like I'm coming towards the finish line on this one.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
been good. I think, I mean, the one complaint I have from a story standpoint is um they needed to pick a relationship and go with that. Instead, they decided to pick all of Miles' relationships and try to, like, okay, his relationship with Finn, his relationship with his uncle, his relationship with his mom, his relationship
Hmm.
with Genki, his, still confronting the emotions of the loss of his father. Like, I wish they had just like picked a character. All of those characters can be in the game, but like just pick one character to work on developing the emotional connection with, because
Oh.
to me it's gotten convoluted. It's hard to follow the narrative threads, and because like they have so many, it comes across as sappy because there's so
Hmm.
much of it. And it comes across as sappy, and it also comes across as slightly not genuine, right? Like
Mhm.
his whole relationship with his uncle is dealt with through a side quest, right?
Yeah.
And not even a particularly good side quest.
Yeah,
Um,
they're busy work side quests pretty much,
right, it's a
right?
busy work side quest. I'm like, okay, well, the Prowler is a great character, and his relationship with Miles is really cool. It's
Mhm.
a real shame that most of his sort of relationship with this character is explored through a series of audio chats while you're doing a mediocre fetch quest,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And if they had just made the central story about his relationship with his uncle, they would have had a lot more time to explore that emotional bond. And so I was kind of bummed that they kind of tried to cram the kitchen sink of relationships into a less than 20-hour game. Um, but again, I mean, these are nitpicks. Like I'm
Yeah,
thoroughly enjoying
sure.
the game.
Yeah, yeah. And then I mean, this kind of goes back to what I was saying before, where there's a synergy between the movies and the games, and this is, I think, where they do kind of shoehorn in some of this stuff. Like they
Hmm.
want you to have some sort of relational value to the Prowler in the game or the movie, so you, no matter what, you know who the Prowler is, kind of a thing.
Right.
It's almost like an education to lore for
Yeah.
Miles to have that.
Yeah.
Um,
It does feel like, to me, this game definitely feels like they knew that Spider-Man 2 was going to be split between Peter and
mhm,
Miles, but they
yep,
didn't want to go into Spider-Man 2 with so much weight, this all of this
yeah. They need to do
backstory
it
with
with
Peter,
Miles.
and then yeah, they,
Yeah,
they didn't want to have to deal with all that origin. So it almost feels like Miles Morales was done as a shortcut to providing context for his character in Spider-Man 2, right? Like,
just mhm.
go. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just based on the memory I mean, I just beat that game, I think last year, about a year and a half ago,
Hmm.
and it's pretty much what you're saying because Spider-Man 2, it is about Peter Parker and his relationships more than Miles, I feel like. Miles
Hmm.
has a little bit of stuff going on in there, but it is really it's more Peter stuff because of the villains that are in there and stuff like that. Yeah. It definitely centers around Peter more. He's
Okay.
more the star of that game. But I
Okay.
mean, they both have equal, it's kind of weird. They both have equal, you play them equally, I feel like. But yeah, it's the through line is Peter stuff, like his past and everything, and his relationships with Mary Jane
Right. So
and
yeah, they were they
Osborn and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so they're basically trying to cram in
Hmm.
Miles's story into this sort of one and a
Yeah.
half, so they could then focus on
Focus on
Peter's
Peter.
story while still
Hmm.
having Miles available, right? And so I get the necessity of that, but I think it would have been cooler. I mean, I'm armchair designing, but I think it would have been cool if Spider-Man 2 was actually Miles. And then they could do a Spider-Man 3 that equally shared time with Peter and Miles and brought the two storylines from 1 and 2 together into a singular, narrative. Um I think that would have been cool. I mean, obviously that's a ridiculous ask. That's, tens of millions of dollars of work there. Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost you. Oh, yep, you dropped out. Just got a text, everybody, from James. They had a power spike. We will hold here for a minute or two to see if he gets his power back. If not, we've been going for a half hour, so it's not too bad. I'm just texting James right now, letting him know that I'm vamping to everybody who is not watching this. Um, Give me just 1 second, everybody. All right, I'm just checking to see his status, if he'd like us to wait for a few moments longer, or if he is going to have more technical challenges as a result. But yeah, I for anybody out there, I do recommend the Spider-Man games, at least the first one and Miles Morales. I haven't played the second one, obviously, but um, it's quite entertaining. Um, hold on. Okay. Oh, this is awkward. I'm having a one-sided awkward conversation, right? Like the actual person who's taking care of the conversation is left, and now it's you and me, and we don't have anything in common, and oh good, thank God he's back, and now we can have the real person return. He has returned. I was having this really
Yeah.
one-sided conversation with the audience. I was giving a lot and they weren't giving anything back, and I'm like, oh my God, where's James? He was really the one, he was keeping this thing going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we just had a power spike, so I lost every. You know what's crazy is I lost. I mean, my computer shut down, my
No,
Wi-Fi
no, no, no.
restarted, and
Did you lose everything?
I did not. That's what's so
Oh,
weird. It's like everything's still
okay.
here. Like, how did that happen? Like, does Mac or Apple have some sort of silent battery backup before,
Yeah.
you know?
It's
But
it. What?
anyways,
Yeah. Go ahead.
but yeah, I'm still up and running. So
Great. Then
yeah,
that's
I mean,
a that was a freebie.
yeah, it was a freebie. I mean, here I'm sharing my screen again. So yeah, we're just back to where we were. But I mean, we could kind of wrap this up anyway,
Okay.
just in case. And I mean,
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
made a lot of progress already. But
Okay. All right.
yeah. So
Well,
what were you expanding upon out there?
oh yeah, when you froze, I was armchair pitching where I would have preferred to see the Miles Morales storyline be a fully fledged Spider-Man 2, and then
Oh,
Spider-Man
okay.
3 could have
Was
been
actually
bringing the storylines of Miles and Peter together into a final conclusion. And then, like I was saying, that's like a tens of millions of dollars. Like, whoa, why don't you just do it this way? So it's it's
yeah,
it's ridiculous, but like pie in the sky with infinite money, I think that would have been really
sure.
cool to see.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to is just, Sony needs to plan out their dollar signs,
Mm-hmm.
a certain
Mm-hmm.
way, and that's kind of what we get. But with all that said, I do think the Miles game is great. I mean, all the Spider-Man games are great
Mm-hmm.
in general. But yeah, that's the only drawback is you have to kind of see things get shoehorned in and stuff like that. But yeah, with all that said, are you gonna get Spider-Man 2 now, or are you gonna hold off? Are you getting Spider-Man
It,
fatigue?
it actually is on sale on Steam right now. It's like
Okay.
well, right now it's, let's see, come on, go to the homepage. Well, it wasn't anymore. Right now it's a Steam Cyberpunk sale. But it's on sale for 33% off. But
Okay.
I'm gonna hold for a little bit longer. I'm not even done with Miles Morales, and I've got a million other games. I suspect that there will be a deeper sale at some point, so I'm gonna hedge and
hmm
wait to see if there's a better one that comes along.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hedge. I think with Sony, they do drop the game down a certain percentage.
Mm-hmm.
They never go below that after a while. But 33% sounds like that's their mid-tier sale, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
probably go even cheaper. I think they have another tier where you can go cheaper. Miles goes through that too, I
Yeah.
think, as a game.
I'm pretty sure I
So
got Miles at 50% off
yeah,
when they were doing that weird out of nowhere publisher sale that both Microsoft and
yeah.
Sony had going on at exactly the same time.
Yeah, so I think it's a wise decision just to wait off on it. I will say, even at 33% off, I mean, if you were hankering to play it, that's a pretty good deal. The game does have a lot of content. I feel like it did.
Mhm.
I don't know what the consensus is on the internet, but I felt like it was pretty long. Just it was a little bit too long in the tooth, like what you're saying now with Miles. Well, if you feel like that with the Miles game, you're gonna feel that way with Spider-Man 2 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I
There's a lot of stuff
definitely,
going on.
at least with the first one, by the end of it I was really like, okay, I'm really ready for this to be over, right?
Hmm hmm
Um it's like the the Miles game, for the content they included, I feel like I'm coming up towards the end of it. It feels basically like the right length,
Hmm.
for what they were going for. So it hasn't overstayed its welcome. But
Hmm.
yeah, the first Spider-Man game, really, really, really enjoyed. It did get a little long in the tooth, like you said, towards the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, I mean, I think you contributed to Spider-Man fandom for sure on accident this week for you. I
Yeah,
mean, I
I know,
think
right? Yeah.
you're really cashing in all the Spider-Man credits to be a fan, to be part of the fan club.
Yeah, yeah,
So
indeed, indeed. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you want to call it there, we can. I mean, we've been going for a little over a half hour, but
yeah, it's
um,
pretty good.
okay. Well, in that case, those of you watching it now or in the future, why don't you head on over to calamityjane.rocks? That'll take you to our Patreon site. And please consider subscribing us and helping us make this cartoon a reality. You've also found us on Facebook and or YouTube because you're watching the stream. And we have an Instagram at calamityjane salamander. It's just another place where we drop news and updates about what we're working on. So check that out as well. Um, in the meantime, I believe I will be back. I will be around rather for next Monday. Let me just double check. Seems like I will be free. So we'll see. I'll see, unless you have something going on, James. We'll see
Mm,
you on Monday.
yep. See you on Monday.
All right, stay safe out there, everybody. Have a good night.
Night.